What's up, guys? It's Christopher Yagi back with another episode of Christopher Yagi's very moshi moshi anime review show. And today I'm going to be talking to you about the gorgeous beauty that is the anime The Promised Neverland. Now, this is a definite show that you need to be watching if you have not seen it already. So The Promised Neverland, in my opinion, is definitely going to be the best anime that's dropped of 2019 so far, in my humble opinion. I just think everything that they've been doing with it has been just so fantastic. Came out in January, ran for about 12 episodes. It's gonna end in March, or ended in March rather. The anime was by Mamoru Kanbei. Super cool. Really loved it, and I just need to just pretty much just gush about it, and that's what I'm gonna be doing for the next few minutes, telling you why you should be watching The Promised Neverland.
Look alive, kids! Show us you're the embodiment of good! Or evil! Let's go!
So, obviously this video is going to have some spoilers. I'm going to let you know once we get to the point where we start to get spoiler-ish if you would like to watch the show without having anything spoiled for you in the beginning. So I will let you know once I get to that point where I'm going to get spoiler-ish. But for now, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a summary of the show to tell you even what's it about. So, The Promised Neverland is going to be about a group of like 30-something kids. I think there's like 38 of them or something like that, and they're all orphans. All orphans that live on this farm. They've never been off the farm like a day in their life. Yeah, they live on this farm and they live with their mom. It's like 30 of them, and they've been raised as siblings, as a family, and they're all super close. They love each other, adore each other, and they're being raised by their mother, quote unquote, their mother. And it isn't until episode 1, like towards the end of episode 1, where you start to realize like everything is not what it seems. So,
I am here! Coming through the door like a hero!
if you don't want anything spoiled for you, this is going to be the point where I would say deuces. Alright, so let's get into it, guys. Get into the juicy goodness. So, the awesome narrative of Promised Neverland is going to be about these 3 kids named Emma, Ray, and Norman. And they are the closest of all the siblings that we see. They're always together, always talking, everything like that. Ray's going to be the one that's he's more of like the tactician, whereas Norman's more of like the brain, and Emma's the super physical one. And basically, you're going to start out the show with them being like super close, super tight-knit and everything. And you kind of get the feel while you're watching the first episode that everything is like too happy and like too nice. You're just kind of like, okay, waiting for the other shoe to drop. Just because all these kids in this house with this woman in the middle of nowhere seem to be like incredibly happy, and it's just fucking weird. There's like 30 something of them, and it's just her taking care of them. It seems hella sketchy. And then as the episode goes on, you start to realize that they're there under some kind of suspicious circumstances. Like the fact that all of these children, all 30-something of them, all have individual tattoos on their necks. They all have individual marking numbers that can identify them, I guess, from each other, despite the fact that they already have names. So that already lets you know these are like literal children that have tattoos. So you already know that that's gonna be some fishy stuff going on. There's also gates all around their perimeter. Not in the simple kind of like, oh, you know, you got a little picket fence to keep the kids or the cat or the dog from like running out. Like, no, they have like a giant wall like that keeps them pretty much from going off of their property. And their mother always tells them, hey, don't go past these gates. Even this tiny gate that they have in the forest is like a really short one. It's probably like 2 feet. And even that, she tells them, yeah, don't go past that. Like, it's super dangerous. So you have this mother that's like keeping these kids super hidden away from everyone. They've never left this place. They have tattoos on their necks. There's like 30-something of them in this one house. You're already getting that that's pretty fishy. However, come towards the end of the episode, you realize that all of these children, and this is the major spoiler, so if you've still been watching this far, just to get a little bit more suspense, definitely stop, because I'm about to spoil everything right now.
青春フルパワーでファイトファイトファイトファイトおまけにファイトさあ
we completely find out that these children are being raised on a farm to be harvested by these crazy demon alien things to be eaten. And what's so awful about it is that they make it so that, like, once you're 12, like, you're shipped off from the farm. And, like, but the mom tells all the kids, yeah, they've been adopted. Like, the kid's been adopted, you know, they're super happy and everything like that. Granted, none of the kids that have ever been, quote-unquote, adopted, obviously ever write back because they've all been freaking eaten by demons. So you find that out, and then it just flips everything on its head because it's like, what the fuck? And so now these kids that have been thinking this entire time that their mom is like super there for them. By the way, so you find all of this out through the eyes of Emma and Norman, who go to the gate when they're not supposed to. And they see pretty much one of their younger siblings, Connie, who is about to, quote unquote, she was supposed to be adopted, and she wasn't adopted. They go to like run after her to bring her bunny, and because she like left it behind, and they find her body there dead, and this like creepy demon thing puts her in some kind of like weird oozy liquid stuff, and it's really creepy. But yeah, so like all this crazy stuff starts happening. So then the entire premise of the show changes from like these kids that are just happy, like doing their own thing with their mama, to like top secret, like these kids are like constantly afraid of their mom because they realize that she's literally trying to get them all killed and ship them off to these demons to be eaten, whereas they're just like, we're just trying to live our life, we totally don't want to be eaten. So the whole show shifts. And this is all just episode 1. This is all, everything I've just told you is just in the first episode, dude. So I'm not even spoiling that much. The kids realize, so not all of the kids, but specifically Emma and Norman realize, yeah, we gotta get everybody out of here because we're not safe. We're literally being shipped off to be eaten. All these tests that we've, you know, had run on us, all this athleticism that, you know, mom enforces in us and all that stuff. It's literally just to make us like better food for these demon things, and that's just awful, so we gotta go. And they're like, peace. So at first Norman's like, yeah, we'll just like, it'll just be like the big kids, and then we'll just get everybody together and we'll just go. And Emma's like, nah, I'm not dealing with no more of my siblings dying. We're taking everybody, including the little babies, which is great because even like the one thing that I love about Promised Neverland is like even amongst like the super like little kids, the characters like stand out so hard. Like usually when you watch an anime and you have like little children, it's like you don't really care about the little children. You're like, okay, yeah, they're there, but they're kind of cute or whatever. You know, it's like you don't really pay attention to them. Whereas like it's all children, so it's like they're so much more complex than you would normally think in an anime, you know? Like, think like something like Made in Abyss. Definitely similar to that kind of feel. How all the children in the anime Made in Abyss are, like, super mature. If you've heard of that and seen it, because they all grew up in, like, this, like, giant, like, demon death pit that, like, if you descend too far into the pit, like, you'll die. So, you feel me? Like, it's that kind of morbid kind of thing you got going on, because again, like I said, you have these children that literally realize they're going to be eaten by demons if they don't escape from this farm. So there's so many other things about this show that make it incredible. Firstly, okay, I want to say the freaking soundtrack is phenomenal. Okay, the soundtrack by Takahiro Obata, so beautiful. Like all of it, it's mostly piano. I feel like a lot of the soundtrack is mostly piano, but just he uses it so perfectly to get like, you know, the suspenseful feelings, and then like, you know, like the longing feelings, and like this, you're sad for the kids, you're scared for the kids. Like the soundtrack is perfect. Also, there's the beautiful intro and outro song. The intro song is by Overworld. My jam, freaking love that song. And then there's the outro songs. Both outro songs are by this band called Koshuni. I'm pretty sure, I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure, but you know, if it's not, let me know. They're incredible. Like both outros for this anime, like I literally made them my alarms to wake up in the morning just because I liked the songs so much. Like they were so great. so jazzy, so sexy. It's great. But yeah, no, and on top of that, you have, like I said, you have the beautiful soundtrack, and then you have, like, this gorgeous animation. Listen, Aniplex fucking snapped on The Promised Neverland. I have literally never seen such simple and minimalist animation made to make things, like, so beautiful since this show. Like, it's just, like, when the color scheme is so incredibly muted that you don't even have, like, a lot going for you in the show just in terms of animation, like, just in terms of color. It's literally, you have a whole bunch of white, blue, like, browns, greens, like, just very natural muted colors, but they use that in such an eccentric way to dramatize things. Like, for instance, their use of shadow, like heavy inking shadow in that freaking show is beautiful. The way they contrast it on characters' faces at certain moments, just to, like, make you feel certain things, it's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And another thing that I love about the anime, I mean, obviously they have this whole theme of time, okay, going on, that the kids have to make it out before, you know, they turn 12, before they're shipped out to be eaten by these demons. And, obviously, then you have the title, Neverland. So, you know, you have this kind of theme of time, and they always put the clock in the show. Like, they actually put, like, they have, like, different scenes, where it's, like, an actual giant clock just hanging in the background, just to, like, show you, like, that literally everything that they do is timed. Like, apparently, though, the clock is on the cover of a couple of the, manga novels anyway, so that makes sense for that too. This is one that I have not read the manga. Surprisingly enough, the manga and the anime are actually written by two different people. The manga is written by Kaiju Shirai, and I would totally love to read the manga, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to ruin all of the awesome plot twists that I know are going to happen in this show. You know, I know are going to happen for me in season 2, because it's already been renewed for season 2 next year, by the way. Okay, already been renewed. But yeah, so I'm trying not to ruin it. But at the same time, I'm a crazy obsessive fangirl, so I doubt I'll make it an entire year without reading the manga, but we'll see. And I mean, like I said, it's an incredible show, super suspenseful, kind of creepy at parts, about these awesome kids. All of these kids have, like, great dynamic personalities. None of them blend together. They all stand out. They're, like, super individual. I love that about them. Animation's beautiful. Soundtrack's great. Like, it's just such a great show, guys. You guys definitely gotta check it out if you haven't. If you guys like this content, you like seeing all this kind of good, juicy, weeaboo content, seeing me talk about all this anime and all that, let me know, please. If you have any animes that you would like to recommend for me to review, please leave it in the comments. I'm definitely down to review those. If it's already something that I have watched, or it's something that's already on my list to review, and a lot of people want me to review it, I will definitely push that up in my list, so please let me know. And yeah, definitely come back for the next episode, guys, because we just getting started, baby. Peace.